Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays a Stout Minstrel. We are back here with me, Threndir, where we are bringing the corrupted heirloom to find out just what is it.
What is this talk of prisoners? You have brought an Easterling out of Mordor?
Yes, there is that too. This is not an heirloom of Mordor, but it is wreathed with corruption. I will see if there is aught to learn from it. But for now, you should not trouble yourself with Eorzin or his purloined gift. Both will be watched, and we will see what we might learn from either of them. Alright, then what should I concern myself with?
The air in Udun is filled with choking fumes and unhealthy vapors.
Adventurers who have sojourned in Gorgoroth have reported a great deal of discomfort, not only of the spirit, but of the body. The air of Udun is filled with choking fumes and unhealthy vapors, but nowhere worse than that produced by the mines and foundries of Anglach. So you're choosing me to do this because if I've survived Gorgoroth and Barad-dûr, I must be able to survive this. I have prepared a number of restoration drafts that should bring comfort to adventurers in Udun. I ask that you go to Anglach and give these drafts to any there who might suffer from the maladies. Tell them, too, that they must withdraw. Every movement they breathe the foul fumes brings them closer to harm and further from real recovery. Well, I've been in that place already, and considering that slightly crazed captain that we ran into earlier, not a moment. Well, actually, I was about to say not a moment too soon, but it's more like many moments too late. I think it's safe to say that this is not a pleasant place. Not in the slightest. The foundries of Anglach have filled the air with choking fumes. It's even worse than usual. And in Mordor, that's saying a great, great deal. Now, of course, it doesn't happen that we had Mount Doom explode and the ring backlash and all of that stuff created a great deal of damage around here. Hello, there you go. Something to drink. I'm hoping that that restores him a bit. There you go. Something to help you recover. And here's another one. Here's a little something to help you recover. Good grief.
What have you done? You have stopped my men from their tasks.
I lead this group of adventurers, and if they are not fighting orcs or searching for treasure, they are not doing their jobs. The air here is foul, that's true, but these are strong men, and they cannot use that as an excuse to relax their effort. Excuse me one little bit, but thank you. If you wish to be of help, you could make your way into the mine. It is delved behind the foundries and descends beneath for a great distance. Who knows what treasures await in there? I've been in there already today, and I can tell you a great deal about it. It is foul, it is wicked, and your men will turn on you and become corrupted, and I'll kill you. And believe me, it won't be a good day for you or for anyone you lead into there. Just saying. If you care so much about the lives of these men, you would be doing them a service if you thinned out some of the foes that are in the mine. You might also find some treasure too. Bring it out here, and I will return with my men back at the gate so that they may recover. But not before. Defeat orcs below and retrieve treasure. Wonderful. Simply, simply wonderful. Ah, the first orc in the area. Perfect! And this should be straightforward enough. Alright, good. And the orcs are carrying treasure. How nice of them. Ah, yeah, alright. There is an orc there. Saw the thing come up with a troll. Probably one of the trolls that are downstairs. Yeah, I think there's only one troll in this place that I can think of. Personally, I would have preferred just to have taken the orc, but alright. Are you sure you want to fight me? I suppose he was sure. At this rate, I'll quickly have the treasure that he seeks, and those men will leave. Good grief. Oh. Oh, for a moment there, I thought I got extra in the bargain. There you go. Here you go. Here are the treasures you asked for.
This is all you found?
These few baubles are the most treasure you could wrest from the mines beneath Anglach, foundry of the great Sauron. Ah, places of great shadow will hold greater rewards, and we are on the outskirts of the lands that this is. Perhaps greater treasures will be found where the grip of the shadow is stronger. Oh, boy, are you naive. Yeah, if you maybe go into the top of Barad-dûr, though I heard that's fallen in since then, you might be able to find something of great value, but certainly not on the ground floors where I lived. Or perhaps you did not know where to look, Pine Peter. Just as soon as my men have recovered from breathing in the noxious fumes of this place, we will be back. The real treasure must be hidden deeper within the mine. Even so, a deal spoken is a deal done. I will do as I said I will do, and my men will have a few days of rest to recover before we return. I suppose they thought Mithrandir was guard enough for Eorzen here. Oh, Mithrandir, I found those adventurers. They're crazy, and they should be back here to take some rest.
To linger so near to Anglach is unwise.
I saw a group of treasure seekers returning from Udun, so I know you did your duty and compelled them to return. They do not value their lives as greatly as they value their treasure. If they continue on this course, they will soon have neither. Treasure makes fools of all men. To linger so near the mines and foundries of Anglach is unwise, for these seekers of treasure, or indeed for any, who can say what foul work was undertaken for Sauron in Anglach, or what terrible craft was done there in the name of his war? Well, even I can't be too sure on that one. Huh? Something to say, Eorzen?
He fancies himself a wizard, does he? Eorzen knows about wizards.
Yes, I know about wizards and want nothing to do with them. They are not as wise as they claim to be, nor so impartial. He says none know what was made of Anglach, but that is already not right, for I know well. The great ram Grond was made there, and wreathed about with spells. I saw it destroy the gate of the tall city myself, and if things had gone otherwise, there would have been no stopping it. Yes, I was in the war councils, and I heard the plans for Grond. Can this so-called wizard claim that? No, he cannot. It was a matter of pride for me, Eorzen the included. But now I have been replaced. Eorzen replaced then? Replaced by Or Taku, no doubt. He will not last. That at least is cause for comfort. Uh, Considering what happened to the gates of Mordor, yeah, I'm not too sure he would last either. Well, Nathan dear, what have you got to say about that?
He is impudent, and he is impolite, and he is abrasive.
Oh, tell me what you really feel about him. But he also may be useful. I have an idea. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a problem. Well, let's see. How about this one? Ah, giving up a bit.
Mordor has been closed to the eyes of Gondor for more than 1,000 years.
So it has been. Where did... Ah, there it is. Well, that'll at least give me a little bit of extra light. Mordor has been closed to the eyes of Gondor for more than 1,000 years, ever since the fall of Dirthland and the expulsion of the Thondream. Yeah, I heard that story. What transpired beneath the shroud of Golgoroth remained unknown to us, and it brewed a bitter cup of rumor and worry and fear. That was in aid of Sauron's plan as ever, and he knew the uses of fear better than any creature in Middle-earth. Oh boy, did he. But we have one in our keeping who witnessed the last days of the War of the Ring from the other side. Eorzen walked in Mordor with the peoples of Gondor, and indeed all of Middle-earth could not pass the bounds of the land. What did he see? What does he know? He claims he was involved in high councils of war. Perhaps that's true, and perhaps it's not. But there is no question that he may have knowledge of Sauron's lieutenants that we simply do not. And what's this wee wizard? Okay. Maybe I didn't know too much about the high ones, but I would have heard rumors about them, you would think. Can he be forgiven of his crimes? If he can be so forgiven, he might be given a new life in Gondor in exchange for the information he possesses about Mordor and the power structure of the Black Land after the downfall of Sauron. Speak to Aragorn. It must be he who will forgive Eorzen of these crimes, if he will. So, Eorzen the Forgiven? Well, that's a possibility. We could give him all sorts of epithets, right? Hello, Aragorn. We're wondering if you will be looking for some information.
I have considered making a place in Gondor for the Nunhoth. But does Eorzen merit the same treatment?
Yes, I've already been approached about making a place for the Nirnhoth in Gondor, for their enslavement in Mordor has stirred the hearts of the folk who freed them. I do not know if Eorzen merits the same treatment, however. The Nirnhoth were cruelly mistreated by their overlords at Udun and elsewhere. Freedom was just a distant, half-remembered tale to them. Yeah, I know the feeling. But Eorzen led armies against us. He commanded his people to fight during the war, and many good men died on Kundalar Blaze before the White City. This is not an easy choice to make. The words of Mithrandir have not often led to me astray, Pinebeard. Eorzen will be given a new start in Gondor, in return for the knowledge he can give us for Mordor. Speak to the wagon driver, Ranthor, and arrange for Eorzen's passage to the city. All right. Now there. You have room for one Easterling prisoner in addition to whatever else you're carrying?
What's that? Another fellow needs passage back to the city.
I'll accommodate the fellow. There won't be much room, but I've got a little more space if folk are willing to sit nice and close. Well, now, I guess it's time to tell Ior, is it? Well, hello. You seem to be speaking quite a bit. What is this? The King of Gondor has agreed to a bargain? Eorzen will be given a home in Gondor and his crimes washed away in exchange if he knows about the situation in Mordor. How grand, Pineveer! An offer of pardon from Gondor? I spit on the offer! I'm not interested in the charity of this king. I have not yet decided which side of this contest would be the victor. Why then would I ally myself with any of you? I have seen nothing to prove that Gondor will triumph in the days to come, but I know of many dangers that look still in Gorgoroth, waiting. Your people have brought Nirnhoth through the Black Gate and freed them from captivity. They have an exercise for you. Yes, I have an exercise for you. Speak these names to them and ask yourself why I would side with Gondor when there are foes in Gorgoroth such as these still alive, still active, and still angry. Speak the name of Dugabeth. Speak the name of Ugrikor. Oh, please, please. The less said about Ugrikor, the better. Please. And speak the name of Urudani. Oh, good grief. Does Gondor possess such terrors as these? I think it does not. Unfortunately, I've heard of all three. Really, I have to speak to these names to them. I can tell you, I've, yeah, never mind. I've at least seen some of those in the distance, right? Yeah. Well, let's see what the Nirnhoth think about them. Hello there.
Ugrikor knows no mercy. He delights in death.
Yes, I've heard about Ugrikor and those shields he's been placing all these years. His face is terribly scarred. But not always. They say Sauron punished him for something, held him to the fire. All right. Yeah. Well, what do you say?
He was the mouth of Sauron. Vile knights rode at his command.
I can tell you nothing of Dugabeth that a dozen others could not. He was the mouth of Sauron, which we met him at the door then, and his knights rode at his command. They plucked me from my village by the sea and marched me long leagues to Udun, where I was put to work at the forges. I only saw the mouth once, from afar, and he was too busy with Sauron's errands to spend time tormenting the Nirnhoth. But Sauron is gone, and if the mouth had a leash, it was now off. We should not be speaking of him here, so close to Mordor. It will bring ill fortune. Speak no more of him. Yeah, he not a good. All right. Anything you have to say about Urudani?
You should not speak of Urudani.
They say that if you speak her name, she bears it and will come. Hears it, yes. Her kiss is death, her embrace torment. Have we not suffered enough? Let the stone maiden slumber, and awaken her not. Yeah. That assessment pretty much rings up with mine. Yeah, I think they've heard of them. You see now? Sauron may be gone, but his servants were many, and they were beings of power and terror. I have not seen anything of Gondor that can hope to stand up against even one of these three, and that is not the full extent of his lieutenants, no. And so I become Eorzan the Unwilling, and refuse the so-called King Zofar a pardon. I will remain between the realms until I taste which way the wind blows, Pineveer. Right now, the breeze is rank, and it comes from Gorgoroth. Well, you're certainly not Eorzan the Optimistic, that's for sure. It appears that Eorzan is a bit on the unwilling side, so we did talk about the Gyrzel here, who are rather nasty, but then I suppose I could have told you about them.
I believe Eorzan will still be useful to us.
Yes, indeed, he's already been useful, for I think the artifact he stole from Durthang can be made to serve our purpose. And further, he's given us an idea of the evils that wait within Gorgoroth. The shadow that hangs on Mordor is too deep for you to pierce it without a powerful help, but pierce it you must if you're to combat the villains of whom he spoke. I can only assume that, at least in the early parts of the Black Book, that no one here really knows where I was born and raised, because otherwise they would be asking me these questions that Eorzan is refusing to answer. Well, perhaps that's for the best, because I probably tried to forget as much as I possibly could. I mean, if you were from Mordor, would you? Yet, I'm sure Mithrandir has something in mind, and we'll find out what that is in the next episode of Piney Plays a Stout Minstrel.